Hey guys, what's good? I'm Jonathan Igodaro, or you can call me Jonathan Daro for short. And this is actually my first YouTube tutorial on how to make games in Unity Game Engine. So in this video, I'm just going to be showing you how Unity Game Engine works. This video is targeting beginner game devs, that is people that are just starting out with Unity and want to know how the interface works and what Unity can actually give them, what they can actually do in Unity. So this video is just for that. It's just going to give you a brief introduction into the Unity editor. I'm going to show you a lot of things how Unity works. I'm going to show you the scene view, the hierarchy, and all those kind of stuff. So let's just jump at it. So yeah, I already have Unity booted up. So this is how Unity looks. So we have different functionalities here in Unity, from the hierarchy to the assets to the inspector to the game view, the scene view, the asset store, all those sort of things. So first we're going to look at the hierarchy. Now the hierarchy is a place in Unity where you drop all your game objects. The game objects are going to show from the hierarchy into the scene view and from the scene view into the game view. So it's like this, from here to here and to here. So whatever you put in the hierarchy, like for example, this main camera is already in the hierarchy by default from Unity. Now it's going to show you all the components that this camera has in the inspector. You can actually remove components and add components to your game objects. So the current components we have here is the transform component. We have the camera components and some other default stores that Unity just sets up for us. And another thing, if we actually turn off this camera, it's going to show us there's no camera rendering. So that means you pretty much don't have a game, or your game doesn't have anything to actually show the people that there's a game here. So all games need a camera. So that's why Unity just gives us that as the default. So we're going to toggle it on. So this is the hierarchy, and these assets, this is where all your game folders are going to be, all the folders you are going to be creating for your game. It could be folders that have the sprites, the game characters, the scripts, the codes, whatsoever you need in your game are going to be put in a folder. And when you transfer the folder to Unity, this is where the folders are all going to stay. And from the folders, you can click on each character and drag them into the hierarchy. So once they are dragged into the hierarchy, they automatically turn into game objects, which you can add components to. So we're going to make a default sprite in the assets there. Default sprite that Unity will give us. Just going to be a simple square. So as you can see, it's actually a square PNG file, and if we drag it into the hierarchy, it's going to show up in the scene view and also in the game view. So now it's now a game object, and as you can see, there are only two components that Unity has given it, which is a transform component and a sprite renderer component. That's the ability for the game objects to show in the world. So if you actually toggle this off, we're going to see it's not going to be showing anything. So this is what gives the sprites the ability to show in the world. So yeah, we can actually use these tools to mess around with this game object. We could use this one to move it on each axis, up, left, right, on the different axes X, Y, and Z. Or you can just move it from the center on all the axes at the same time. So this next tool is used for rotating the game object to any angle that you want. And this next tool is used for scaling the object. You can scale it on the X and Y axis too, even on the Z axis if it was a 3D game object, or just scale it from the middle on both axes at the same time. So yeah, you just click and drag, just click, hold, and drag, just like that. Yeah. This one also does similar things. You can scale it up just like that. Yeah. While this hand here is just for you to move around the game world, you click, hold, and just move around. That's it. So we can add more functionalities to this square game object. We can actually rename it here to, like, let's say player. So now this is our current player. It doesn't actually do anything yet. And we can add more components to it, like we can add a physics 2D, a box collider. So if we double click on the player, it's just going to zoom in into it, and it's added a new component to this game object for us. It's called the box collider 2D. This box collider allows the game object to interact with other game objects in the world, that is to collide with each other. So this game object has a collider, the other game object has a collider, sorry. If they hit each other, they're actually going to collide and do some weird physics behavior. So if we click this button, we can actually see we can edit the colliders, how we want the collision to be, where we want it to start from. We can actually increase the collision, so the collision will start from here, or we can reduce it. We can reduce it like this. Just take it inside any way you want it. So that's just it. This is gonna leave as default. So we can add more components to it, like the physics rigid body, so that the game object will be able to fall under gravity. So as we have added that component to it, and if we say it is marked as dynamic, if you put it as kinematic, it's going to have physics movement, but it's not going to be fall under gravity. So we're going to leave that dynamic. So here we have a lot of functionalities here. You can add materials to it. You can add mass, you can add linear drags, angular drags, gravity scale, how you want the force of the gravity to be, the collision detector, if you want it to be discrete or continuous, that means it should detect collisions on every game object in the game scene. And you can add constraints to it on the X, Y, or Z axis. But we're not going to be talking about that now. So if we actually hit play here, we're going to see that in the game view, the object will actually fall under gravity. So that is it for now. So that is how you can actually use Unity. I'm just trying to explain, just to give you a brief walkthrough into Unity, so that you can able to start messing around Unity. I'm just trying to know how it feels, and other sort of things. So in the next video, we're actually going to dive into more deeper things, and probably we're going to be making our first game, making our first scripts, and writing our first line of code. So with that said, I will see you in the next video. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe so that you can get updated for future videos. So stay tuned, guys.